Good evening. I'm Jarita Postlethwaite, Superintendent of Charleston County Schools, and it's a pleasure to welcome you to this graduation celebration for the class of 2020. As you know, this virtual ceremony is just the first way graduates will be recognized. Your school has planned face-to-face diploma awarding ceremonies for you in the coming days. Today, I want to acknowledge up front that we'd all rather be together, just as we would have preferred to spend the last 2 months going to class, participating in or attending school activities, going to the prom, just enjoying the normal school during the final weeks of your journey that began many years ago in elementary school and brought you to this point. However, the pandemic has forced all of us to rethink everything that we previously knew as normal. One thing that has not changed is your remarkable accomplishments. We gather today to recognize the relationships that you have formed, to honor your achievements, your memories, and your hard work. So, I offer to each of you my personal congratulations. You've achieved this milestone event of graduation. We will celebrate you virtually today and look forward to seeing you in person to offer you our best wishes as you enter the world as the remarkable class of 2020.
Good evening, parents, family, alumni, friends, and a special greeting to today's honorees, the class of 2020. Welcome to the Baptist Hill Middle High School's 66th annual commencement exercise. Today, we celebrate the achievements of a class that is being recognized for blazing its own trails and marking its own history. The class of 2020 is the first class to complete their final weeks of high school coursework in the comfort of their homes, refrain from participating in their end-of-year banquets, award ceremonies, senior prom, and other end-of-year senior activities, and make their final debut on the secondary school world mean of a virtual graduation. While I know this is not the manner of celebration any of us expected at the start of the 2019-20 school year, and although COVID-19 had a different plan, we will not allow the coronavirus to keep us from honoring and celebrating the class of 2020 who have endured and persevered through 13 years of education and a pandemic. Accounts will be recorded in the annals of history. Stories will be recalled and passed down through the generations of survival through e-learning, Google Classroom, Canvas, and Zoom. But today we pause to celebrate and add historical footage for the written documentation of the Baptist Hill Middle High School class of 2020. The class of 2020 may be small in number, but not accomplishments. Let it be recorded that academically, the class of 2020 will leave its mark on Bobcat history. This class is privileged to have a recipient of the first Palmetto Fellow ever to be awarded at Baptist Hill. The honor is the highest academic scholarship offered by the state of South Carolina and requires that a student have a 1200 on the SAT or a 27 on the ACT, a cumulative 3.5 grade point average, and be in the top 6% of the class. The class of 2020 also has 12 recipients for the Life Scholarships. The Life Scholarship requires at least 1100 on the SAT or a 24 on the ACT, a 3.0 grade point average, and the student must rank in the top 30% of the class. In addition, the class of 2020 has a student that has earned not only a high school diploma, but also an associate's degree from Trident Technical College, all in the same year. This is a tremendous accomplishment. The class of 2020 has accumulated over $730,000 in scholarships. Of the 47 members of this graduating class, 20 students have been accepted into college or university, and 4 students will begin their tour of duty in the military. Athletically, this class has 5 all-region 1A football players, 3 all-region Class 1A boys basketball players, 1 all-region 1A girls basketball player, 3 all-region Class 1A girls volleyball player. Scholarships for athletics total over $152,000. It has been an honor for me to work with the class of 2020, even if only a short period. Because of the brevity of my interaction with the class, I asked the senior teachers to share more insight about these students. One teacher wrote the following: Baptist Hill's senior class has been a pleasure to work with. These students have bonded together over the years, and they are one of the most unified classes I have had the opportunity to work with. From senior projects to class trip to the classroom, they are truly special to Baptist Hill. I look back at the great times and special moments from Hollywood, South Carolina, all the way to Washington, D.C. These students are great to be around, and they genuinely love each other, the teachers, the staff, and Baptist Hill as a whole. There are great things to come from this class of 2020. We are proud, and we will miss them. I would like to end with a tribute that I found that was written by a member of the class of 2001 as a tribute to the class of 2020. I tweaked it in some ways just for our unique Bobcat class of 2020. It reads, "To the class of 2020, you entered the world on the wake of 9/11. You're graduating during a pandemic. No doubt these events will shape you. You are more empathetic than any other generation. You are independent, yet you are inclusive. You are hopeful, yet realistic. You see the world for what it is. You understand that the celebrations will have to wait, and you've learned to be okay with that. You are mature in many ways beyond your years. In spite of all the challenges that confronted you, you found your source of strength, and you have made us proud." Congratulations to the class of 2020.
Hello, Baptist Hill graduating seniors, family members, community members, faculty, and friends. My name is Wayne Stevens, and I am the Director of Guidance at Baptist Hill Middle High School. I have the distinct honor to present to you the class salutatorian. The salutatorian is a student that is ranked second in the graduating class after the 4-year GPA calculations. The faculty and staff are so proud of this year's salutatorian's accomplishments. This student has been dedicated academically throughout her high school career to achieve this prestigious honor. She is a member of the National Honor Society, a member of the JROTC program for 4 years, and is ranked as Cadet Major, and graduating with the position as Executive Officer of the Bobcat Battalion. This summer, she was certified by the Federal Aviation Administration Commercial Remote Unmanned Aircraft System Pilot Part 107 license. In other words, she is certified as a drone operator. She has earned 18 dual credit hours. She has been a glimmer of hope during this crisis, a shining star, a leader, a positive role model for all students at Baptist Hill, and most of all, an outstanding person. It is my pleasure to present to you the Baptist Hill Middle High School Class of 2020 salutatorian, Monica Morales Perez.
Greetings, parents, friends, teachers, faculty, and staff in Class of 2020. I, Monica Perez, am honored and grateful to be the salutatorian of the Class of 2020. I am proud of myself and of each of you because today marks a major milestone in our lives. I remember everyone saying that our senior year would fly by fast, and it really did. Our senior year was unfortunately interrupted by COVID-19, but it was a great year. We had the opportunity to create some unforgettable memories that we will reminisce about in the future. We will forever cherish our senior trip to Washington as it was a closure experience of our high school journey. From elementary to high school, we have all come a long way. Most of you have known each other since you were young, and we should all be proud to accomplish this milestone together. This diploma represents years of education that shaped us into responsible and intelligent individuals. There were many challenging points in high school for all of us, which is why we should thank those who were there to support us and guide us. Therefore, thank you to the inspirational teachers and administrators who touched our lives. Thank you for the impact you have had on our development and for the efforts that you all have invested in us. Since freshman year, I have taken JRTC, and I have learned so much for Sergeant Mack and Colonel McLeod. I'm going to miss Sergeant Mack making me laugh and constantly reminding me to have a positive outlook on life. I appreciate Colonel McLeod always helping me out, come out of my shell, and encouraging me to reach my potential in life. Ultimately, I want to thank them both for always looking out for me in high school and giving me valuable life advice. I will always be grateful to my guidance counselors, Mr. Stevens and Mr. Chamorro. They have done so much for me. I definitely want to thank my family for their support. My parents are the most important people in my life, and everything I do is to make them proud, with the hope of repaying them for everything they do for me. To my siblings, you all are a motivation for me to excel and set a positive example for. I recall being told to choose my company wisely. We become who we surround ourselves with. With that being said, I hope that you all surround yourself with caring and ambitious people who will influence you to do better in life. I will sincerely miss high school as well as my classmates. It is now our time to celebrate our outstanding achievement and begin a new chapter of our lives. Life is about growing. It's a journey, and having the correct mindset makes all of the difference in the world. We did it, Class of 2020. I really wish you all the best. Thank you.
Hello again. As Superintendent of Schools, it's indeed an honor to recognize our outstanding Class of 2020. Among those bright scholars are some individuals who've made a tremendous commitment to serve our country through the armed forces after graduation. I would like to take this time to acknowledge their willingness to serve by presenting each of them with a challenge coin. Challenge coins are a small medallion that's typically given out by a military leader in recognition of a special achievement. The use of such coins dates back to the First World War. In recognition of your pledge to protect and serve our country, we are awarding you with your first official challenge coin, which we will mail to all of you who have enlisted. On behalf of a proud and grateful community, thank you for your dedication and devotion to our country. Godspeed.
It is my honor and privilege to introduce our 2020 valedictorian that we are so proud of as a person, as a role model at Baptist Hill, and as a future contributor to the world moving forward. The award of valedictorian is given to that senior with the highest level of academic achievement out of all students in their class. Our valedictorian has earned an associate's in arts degree at Trident Tech. She has earned the rank of Cadet Lieutenant Colonel and is Battalion Commander of Baptist Hills Junior ROTC. Our valedictorian has given so much to her family, her community, and her school, and has created a boulder of a stepping stone to launch herself into her next phase in life. The student has shown that with hard work, perseverance, and dedication to herself and to her school, that anything is possible. There are always roadblocks in life, but it's how we manage those roadblocks that dictates how we are viewed as a person by others. This student is a shining example of what you should do, how you should act when life throws you a curveball. Maintaining your studies, reaching out to staff at Baptist Hill, helping fellow students personally and with their academics shows that she is truly a future leader. Do by example, show by example, live by example. As assistant principal of the high school at Baptist Hill, I am so proud and again so honored to introduce you to our 2020 valedictorian, Miss Nakera Octavia Simone Hayward.
Ceremonies can be seen as a coming of age, a sort of official way to recognize when a person steps into the next stage of life. And graduates, we are stepping into a new stage. I, Nakera Hayward, am beyond honored to represent the class of 2020 on today as your valedictorian. And on behalf of my classmates, I would first like to say thank you to the students, teachers, parents, community members, staff, family, and friends who made these 6 years everything that they were. I procrastinated writing this speech for quite some time. What would I say? Will they even listen to me? I wanted so badly to simply show up on graduation day and walk the stage to receive my diploma. Then, the coronavirus pandemic changed everything, and it was that change that made me realize the power that my tongue held over my life. Even with my planner full of assignments and scholarship deadlines rapidly approaching, today's speech was the only thing on my mind. For some reason, I was filled with a sudden urge to get it done during what I thought would be only a few weeks out of school. A few weeks led to a month, which led to me never returning to my beloved middle high school. This spring, we've missed out on so much. Our senior prom, our final senior trip, senior ditch day, senior breakfast, our final awards ceremony, senior walk, and so much more. However, we also enjoyed so much before our senior year ended abruptly. So, I stand here before you, looking back on 6 years of a legacy we have all made together. Unlike most graduating classes, we've been together since the 7th grade. That's 6 years of evolution, 72 months of football and basketball rivalries, 312 weeks of tests, both literal and figurative, 2,190 days of meaningless drama, 52,560 hours of pranks and inside jokes, 3,153,600 minutes of making memories, and 189,216,000 seconds that we've waited for this exact moment. With every year, we have become a little more independent. We even managed to take a senior trip to Washington, D.C., and all make it back in one piece. You can tell how much we have grown up and how much we have matured. We experienced both great and tough times, but we got through them all. We succeeded. Now, just like some tadpoles in a pond full of frogs, we're about to embark on a completely new journey, one in a world filled with endless possibilities. Before then, I'd like to leave you with a few quotes that have undoubtedly gotten me through my high school years. It's not what they call you, it's what you answer to. This is a saying that has been said many times by my late uncle Jarrell. There are mean people in this world that will have mean things to say about you, but it is important to remember that you are not a word. This quote has taught me to just ignore those people and has helped me to come to the conclusion that no person can define my character. That is solely dependent upon me. Of all the things Coach Harrington has repeatedly told me, there are two that I'll never forget. Never let them see you sweat, and can't nobody beat you when you work hard. Over the course of these last 6 years, I have learned to remain level-headed and calm, even when I'm under an immense amount of pressure. I fought battles silently and cried tears quietly for both my diploma and degree, but I never let my emotions take control over me. I put in the work and I accomplished just about every goal I set for myself. I learned that sometimes you may have to push yourself to levels you don't feel like going, and that's okay. I'm not saying it's going to be easy either, but if you really want something, do not stop working until you have accomplished it. Finally, anything's possible. You've got a dream like you've never seen obstacles. This is by far my favorite quote, in the words of my favorite artist, J. Cole. Although I faced many setbacks throughout my days in high school, I never lost hope. I never let past experiences or past disappointments hinder me from doing what it was I really wanted to do. And you shouldn't either. No matter your family history, past grievances, knowledge level, skill set, finances, or fears, dream on. You all possess the potential to change the world in ways that are unimaginable. I said all of this to say that I wish you, my fellow classmates, the very best on your future endeavors, college, the military, or the workforce. Despite the circumstances, I am very proud of this huge accomplishment for us all. March 13th may have been my last time sitting at a desk at Baptist Hill, but it most certainly wasn't my last day being a Bobcat. Stand up, class of 2020. It's our time to shine.
By the authority vested in me by the State of South Carolina Department of Education, I hereby certify that these candidates have met all requirements for graduation and are awarded a South Carolina high school diploma or appropriate equivalent, with all honor, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto. Seniors, you may now turn your tassels. You are now official graduates of the Baptist Hill Middle High School. Congratulations. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone that tuned in this evening to be a part of this 2020 graduation. And again, I'd like to congratulate all members of the class of 2020.